So I wanted to show you guys this new add-on I discovered the other day called Azerite UI. Azerite UI is a fantastic UI overhaul that I've been using for the past couple of days, and I really wanted to showcase it to get more attention for it out there so that it can be more fleshed out by the add-on creator. Now I am just doing a live commentary as opposed to recording and doing a voiceover and all that, so that it becomes, just because I wanted this to be quick and not be so editing heavy. So I do apologize if you hear like keyboard clicks and stuff like that, but whatever. So anyway, first thing you'll notice, the UI is pretty much empty. All you can see on my screen right now is the mini map, and also it's at the bottom. It's not usually where it's at. And that's kind of the beauty of Azerite UI. It's designed to be much more immersive and give your gameplay HUD a much different view. So all your action bars are still at the bottom, but they're just hidden until you mouse over them. So now we can see down here, we have our number key abilities, our 1 through equal sign, as well as our second action bar. So it takes, from the default UI, it takes the main action bar and the top left action bar, and that's all you get. And that is the maximum amount of buttons that you can have with this UI. I'm going to make a second video on how to expand on it, how to customize it with Bartender. I'll show you guys all that in a second, but just hold on. So obviously right here you have your health bar. This little icon right here, it has Christmas lights on it because this mod author, his name is Goldpaw, he's just cool. So he updated it just a couple days ago with the Winter Veil holiday and put some Christmas lights on it just to be festive, and it's really cool. It's really like, I love it. It's awesome. So the add-on allows for 24 ability slots. Now when you first download the add-on, you'll probably, I think, only have just the number keys, so I think you'll only have 12. If you want to customize anything that the author has in here, you're going to want to go to this cogwheel down here. Now you'll also notice that the mini menu is missing. If you left click on this, that opens that menu. So obviously you have your collections, your spellbook, your character panel, the group finder, all that. If you right click it, you open the configurations. So here you can click on the action bars, and enable it versus disable it, make it always visible. Button count, you can set it to 6 or 12. Same thing with the complementary bar, button count 6 or 12. So that's how you get more out of the default UI, or out of the default Azerite UI. To customize it with Bartender, again, I'll show you guys that in just a second. So nameplates, if you have, I think that's a weak auras add-on, I believe, you can turn that on. So when you target an enemy, their health bar and their portrait appears up here, as well as any debuffs they have underneath them, and if they're in combat, what they're targeting will also show up here. When you're in a group or a party, all your group members and your raid members will show up here. If you're in a dungeon party, it'll actually have health bars with each party member's portrait right above them. So you have one health bar with a portrait, another health bar with a portrait, and it looks really clean and really nice. When you're in a raid group, it'll have them kind of usually stacked down the side, but you get this really cool effect of having tanks and healers with special glowing icons next to them, so they're easier to pick out. So Azerite UI at its core is very basic. It's a UI overhaul. It gives it a skin and it presents it to you very nicely. The only issues with it currently, that any other add-ons you have, they don't really sit. Oh yeah, this is the experience bar, by the way. It kind of shows up in the minimap like this if you mouse over the bottom button, which is nice. But the add-ons that were usually floating around your mini-map are now they don't really have an axis to hang on anymore. So they're either in the map like all the things in right now, or they're kind of awkwardly hanging around the border, which is fine, like TRP is. I found to solve that issue, if you download Minimap Bag button, it'll store all of your add-ons in there, and I have these pulled out because these are the ones I use the most, but you can store add-ons in there, and it'll just have this nifty little button for you. Now, with Bartender, as well as an add-on called Mask, I was able to customize my UI to give me even more action buttons. Now these, I know, maybe it looks messy to some, maybe it looks like there's just way too much on screen. For me, it's utility stuff that I like having one click away, not having to look through menus. So I have my guild capes for teleporting to Stormwind, a couple chat macros, then professions, consumables that I use sometimes, the heralds for selling stuff when I'm running dungeons, a couple mounts I like to use, and of course my flight whistle and all my hearthstones, because with the default 24 slots, the warrior, my warrior has more than 24 abilities, including his PvP abilities, I guess. So that was not ideal. I have another set of action bars. They're sitting right up here, and they'll only actually pop up once I'm in combat, and that comes from the bottom right action bar in the default UI. So I just wanted to showcase this really quick. I wanted to showcase the add-on, and I wanted to showcase how you can potentially customize it. If you're interested in customizing it to the way I have it, like this down here, or creating it into something your own, the next video I'm going to be making, the video that I'll have linked in the description, is how to customize Azerite UI to fit your style more, how to add extra action buttons, and stuff like that. So if you're interested in getting a UI like this, go ahead and click that next video and I'll show you how.